We are Hoop Central, and these are some of the NBA's big brain moments. Succeeding in the NBA isn't just about moving faster than your opponent. It's about thinking faster than them too. When you have physical and mental skills, you got it made. Without further ado, here are some of the best big brain NBA moments when players showed the world just how brilliant they were. They didn't just outplay the competition, they outsmarted them. Make sure to stay to the end to see a big brain moment from a legendary player turned coach. Let's start with Mr. Luka Dončić of the Dallas Mavericks. For years now, Luka has shown he can read the floor and find his teammates as if he has a sixth sense. Take a look at this.
Also the worst percentage of the year at 15%. They've got Dončić bottled up. But he finds Hardy with a terrific...
Even with multiple defenders all over him and breathing down his neck, Luka was able to make a successful pass despite the fact that his body was being flung out of bounds. Left in anyone else's hands, this just wouldn't have happened. But Luka has shown he is able to play four-dimensional chess on the court again and again. Look, since this video is about big brain NBA moments, you know Mr. Dončić could be on this list more than once. Check out this forward-thinking brilliant pass that was a mix of precision, timing, and just regular old Luka magic. I don't know if Minnesota's Taurean Prince was more embarrassed or impressed when the ball went between his legs. Now, before we dive into more NBA big brain moments, it's time that we do something that is really, truly, unquestionably brilliant. Subscribe to the channel. We're cooking up tons of great NBA content, and we don't want you to miss anything. Luckily, all you have to do is smash that like and subscribe button. Now back to this video. This next one just has to be seen to be believed. Most of us remember Blake Griffin as an NBA big man who would put his head down, storm forward like a raging bull, and get himself into the paint for an amazing dunk. But the dude was more than just strength and might. He has a brilliant basketball mind too. In fact, his IQ is off the charts. During his time with the Brooklyn Nets, Griffin showed the world one of the fastest, most stunning passes in recent memory. It was lightning fast and truly magical.
Dotson loses it, walking the tightrope. Oh, Blake Griffin! Razzle dazzle! Oh, next!
You kidding me, Blake? That was just too smooth. I could watch that all day. We have to talk about Tyrese Haliburton of the Indiana Pacers. The dude has led the league in assists multiple times, and it's not just because he's got fast hands. It's also because his brain is a machine hardwired for basketball greatness. The dude just thinks outside the box, like this time.
Look at that, Haliburton, creative.
He literally passed it to himself. He didn't end up scoring a basket there, but if he did, would that have counted as an assist to himself? Crazy, right? Speaking of players and unconventional passes to themselves, here is Russell Westbrook when he played for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, traditionally a player will dish an inbound pass to one of their teammates, right? That's what most people do. But Russell Westbrook isn't most people.
Westbrook at the buzzer, got it. How about that? Westbrook off the back of Rodney Hood recovers and scores.
That move is so smart that there should be a rule against it. On second thought, no, there shouldn't be. We want more plays just like that. Speaking of inbound passes off defenders' backs, check out this one from Ben Simmons when he played for the 76ers.
Love to foul Simmons, but he'll bring the ball in.
He bounced it off the backside of Barnwell, right back to him.
The play wasn't awesome enough. The exclamation point at the end was just the icing on the cake. Okay, so you like that? Well, how about this for some more amazing basketball passing? We go to none other than Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, Ja can dunk and score on his own, but my guy deserves more credit for his sensational assists. Like this behind-the-back magic.
Have been knocking down multiple threes this first half.
Morant behind the back, another Aldama three, another make.
If you blinked, you might have missed that one. Here's another moment from Morant where he caught air and, more importantly, caught the ball in a dazzling display of acrobatics and speed. Sometimes basketball players aren't just athletes, they're actors. JaVale McGee was playing a role a few years ago when he was with the Los Angeles Lakers. McGee tricked his opponents into thinking he was hurt so he could, well, just check it out for yourself.
The regular season a week from tomorrow against the Clippers at the brand new Chase Center in San Francisco. Here's McGee from...
Yeah, makes sense that sort of Oscar-worthy acting happened in the City of Angels. Hey, there's no rule against players pretending they're hurt, right? Chris Paul is known as the point god for a reason. The dude is ahead of the curve in so many ways. He has a cerebral view of basketball which, understandably, can get under some people's skin. You know who was really upset about how Paul plays? Rudy Gobert, because CP3 embarrassed him a few years back with a move that had Rudy tossing, turning, and totally lost.
Nope. Paul looking to get it to Adams instead.
I mean, I know it's hard to keep up with Chris Paul, but come on, Rudy. You're paid to do this. You know, a lot of people give James Harden a hard time because of his defense, but the dude has had a few moments that showed he had a mind that was way faster than the guys he was playing against. In the final seconds of this playoff game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, there was an attempt to bounce the ball off Harden. I say attempt because, well, it didn't work out as planned.
Dort for three, blocked by Harden. Dort got it back, tried to throw it off Harden.
James Harden, dodgeball champion. That was the final seconds of Game 7. Imagine what would have happened if the ball had hit Harden and bounced out. See, his defense isn't that bad. Here's another Harden moment where he tricked DeRozan into thinking he wasn't going to contest him. Then, boom, got you. If it wasn't for replay, you would have thought that DeRozan just lost the ball on his own. I could speak at length about LeBron James and his beautiful basketball mind. Some people call him the smartest NBA player around, and, well, yeah, it's hard to argue against that. Even after all these years, Bron can still surprise fans and his opponents. Like this moment when he lost his shoe, lost his defenders, and then found a nice bucket.
James went down off his shoe in the backcourt. Yeah, it was his shoe that came off.
As he is, you still need two shoes.
And here he is with the throwdown. Put on the shoe. Race.
That moment had it all. LeBron being wicked smart, wicked fast, and getting the crowd on his feet with one of his signature jams. Classic Bron. Speaking of fast, how about this moment from Jimmy Butler when he was still playing for the Philadelphia 76ers?
Kemba off balance. Butler saved it.
Yep, Jimmy was doing it all, wasn't he? Like some of the other guys on this list, there is so much to say about three-time MVP Nikola Jokic. The dude has a brain so big, it's actually a surprise that it still fits in his head. His basketball know-how has led to so many out-of-this-world passes, including this one to his longtime buddy Jamal Murray.
Jokic guarded by Ibaka, cut off. Look at that. Here's Murray.
The spin, the speed, the pass. It's a work of art, and it's just one of the many from the Joker. Now, before we go, there must be some love given to Jason Kidd. Today, he's known as the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks, but, of course, he used to be a baller in his own right. And he was one who would use every rule in the book to his advantage. Kidd knew that if a coach was on the sidelines and getting in the way of the game, it would lead to a technical foul and a couple of free throws. So, when he was playing against the Atlanta Hawks, he zeroed in on Mike Woodson. Boom. It's an ugly way to get a foul, but hey, it worked for Kidd, even if it made a few enemies in Atlanta. Now, that wasn't the last time that Kidd got into some courtside antics. A few years later, when he was the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, Kidd quite literally called on his player to bump into him to spill his drink on the court. This was genius.
And I'm like, oh. Tayshaun, me and Tayshaun gotta go to acting school.
Right? But the replay cam caught him red-handed, and he paid a hefty $50,000 for this. This is proof of Kidd's outside-the-box thinking. The league is filled with a lot of amazing players and a lot of brilliant brains. These are just a few of the NBA masterminds who both impress with their physical skills and their lightning-fast minds. Thank you for joining us for our list of some of the NBA's big brain moments. Put in the comments below which one you thought was the biggest brain. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you get the latest content right when it drops. Until then, we'll see you next time.